Welcome class 6 in our e-learning class, and today we will discuss on the topic diversity and discrimination. So I think to complete this chapter today only, and after the completion I will give some insight questions and their answers also, because most of you are not having the book. So in our live class we have read about the striving for equality. This part we have completed. Now some more part of that topic, that is striving for equality, is left. We will discuss on that topic only. So these leaders set out a vision and goals in the constitution to ensure that all the people of India were considered equal. Who are these leaders? About them we have discussed that when India became a nation in 1947, our leaders too were concerned about the different kinds of inequalities that existed. So those who wrote the Constitution of India, a document that laid out the rules by which the nation would function, were aware of the ways in which discrimination had been practiced in our society and how people had struggled against this. Many leaders of the struggle, such as Dr. Ambedkar, had also fought for the rights of the Dalits. So now you come to know that who are these leaders? The leaders who are thinking how to make India such a state where all can breathe freely, where all can just have some sort of high and improved living standard or standard of living. All must have some sort of employment, and they must feel that yes, we are now free. We are not under the authority of some sort of strict jurisdiction or strict government. So these leaders set out a vision and goals in the constitution to ensure that all the people of India were considered equal, and we all must be treated equally. We cannot be treated anymore with the eyes of inequalities or in some sort of mentality. No, you are not allowed to do this because you belong to this community, and you are allowed to do this because you are belonging to this community. That means this sort of inequalities, the difference between the caste, it should not exist anymore. This untouchability must be abolished. This equality of all persons is seen as a key value that unites us all as Indians. Everyone has equal rights and opportunities. Untouchability is seen as a crime and has been legally abolished by law, as I was saying, that it was abolished legally by law, or better to say legally it was abolished by law. People are free to choose their kind of work they wish to do. Government jobs are open to all people. In addition, the Constitution also placed responsibility on the government to take specific steps to realize this right to equality for poor and other such marginal communities. So in the Constitution, the guideline has been given for the government just to see for the interest of the poor, for the interest of these marginal communities who had suffered a lot during the British rule. After independence, they should not suffer anymore. This was the main aim of the leaders and the framers of the Constitution. The writers of the Constitution also said that respect for diversity was a significant element in ensuring equality. They felt that people must have the freedom to follow their religion, speak their language, celebrate their festivals and express themselves freely. So they are free to practice their religion of their choice. They are free to celebrate their religious festivals. They are free to speak in their own language, and they are free to follow their own culture. But in each and everything, one thing must be there, that whatever they are practicing, that should not harm others, that should not create some sort of problem in the proper functioning of the country. They said that no one language, religion or festival should become compulsory for all to follow. That's why in India we can find that different people are following different types of religions. They are observing different religious festivals, and they are speaking in different languages. Because not one language or one religion or one festival is compulsory for us. We are free to follow whatever we want regarding the sectors or regarding the spheres. They said that the government must treat all religions equally. Therefore, India became a secular country where people of different religions and faiths have the freedom to practice and follow their religion without any fear of discrimination. This is seen as an important element of our unity, that we all live together and respect one another. Though these ideals are enshrined in our constitution, that means they are properly written and mentioned in our constitution, but this chapter points out that inequalities exist even today. So if we find or if we see properly, we can still find that inequalities are there. Even if it is mentioned in the constitution that we all are equal, we are free to follow our own religion, we are free to follow our own language, we are free to follow our own culture, but still then some sort of inequalities are there, they are persisting. Equality is a value that we have to keep striving for and not something which will happen automatically. It is actually the matter of striving. You have to struggle, you have to fight vigorously for the equality. It is not that something to be gifted or presented that all of a sudden somebody will come keeping equality inside a packet and that is wrapped with gift paper and it is presented to you. No, you have to fight for it. You have to, and this fight is not something negligible, but this fight is a vigorous fight and a continuous fight. Okay, then people's struggles and positive actions by the government are necessary to make this a reality for all Indians. So this is very important. Every time we cannot just say or just bestow the responsibility on the government, that it is the responsibility of the government to provide or see the matter of equality for us. No, government is there, but we also need to support the government. We need to be beside the government. We have to play our own role. We have to see our own matter. We have to also just struggle along with the government. It is not the only responsibility of the government. It is also our responsibility. We must also struggle for the equality. And government is there to assist us, to support us. So children, with this we have completed this chapter, and in our next class we will I will give you some questions along with their answers which you can practice at home, because from civics you have not done any question answers, as most of you are not having books. So I will make it I will try to make it somewhat comfortable for you. I will give you the questions along with the answers. So still then, just stay at home and follow the classes properly. And if you are having any query or doubt, you can definitely ask me through our e-portal. Okay children, bye.